Good afternoon, MIS students, and I'm enjoying your topic posts. They're very interesting and I think are serving the right purpose. One of you asked on the forums how, or asked for guidance in terms of what the exam format would look like. And I don't know that yet. In fact, I don't think the convener knows that yet. I don't think the exam is set. But in terms of preparing for exams, I would definitely read all the topic summaries. Perhaps if you don't get a clear picture from the summary, go back to the original material. And I think the important thing is to internalize for yourself from that summary what the key issues and create an understanding for that particular topic. Make notes about that and think about it from a management perspective. So, if you were managing an environment that was, for example, having problems with IT reliability, understand what the issues are, relate them perhaps to your own environment, and create a model that you can work with for each of the topics. And I think that should stand you in very good stead in terms of preparing for the exam. So I don't know what the exam is going to contain, but the subject matter lends itself ideally to case study type questions, um, perhaps some multiple choice as well. So IT and efficiency and reliability didn't capture your imagination much by the volume of posts. Well, certainly relative to enterprise architecture, we had a better discussion, and thank you for that. And given the less than anticipated engagement on the IT reliability, again, look at the other group's posts to stimulate your thinking and get some insights there. And the key things in Module 3 were, in terms of IT reliability, excuse me, single supplier really helps reduce complexity in your environment. And by that I mean the same type of technology, ideally just dealing with a few limited supply companies. Of course, you've got to measure, you've got to have stats and to measure where the failures are occurring so that you can, from those stats, glean some information in order to drill down and fix problems at source. Avoid complexity, a major problem. And just think about it, you've got an Apple phone and you've got to link the technology on your Apple phone to your Windows computer. It just makes so much sense to standardize on Apple and have an Apple Mac. I don't have an Apple Mac, but anyway, I see the people that do have a better experience. In terms of enterprise architecture, the question in my mind, and the question that might arise in your minds, having grappled a little bit with the topic, is an 80% job worth doing? It's very difficult to do an enterprise architecture 100%. And some people would argue that if you don't do it 100% and it's not exactly right, it's not worth having. That's not entirely true. It depends what kind of decisions you are taking. It depends on the size and the complexity of your business, what sort of staff turnover you have, what sort of issues you want to address by having an enterprise architecture. I suppose bottom line is, if you haven't got a good reason and you don't understand why you need an architecture, it's probably not a good idea to spend a lot of money doing it. But if you do understand and you understand your reason for needing an enterprise architecture, that will guide the extent to which you invest in it. So next up, in the next module, we have virtualization and cloud computing. And cloud computing, in a way, is driving the technology industry back towards a more centralized view. And, originally when we just had mainframes and very few PCs, it was a very centralized operation that we embarked on with IT. And that became more and more distributed as we moved processing and data storage out onto PCs and servers. And we had all these problems with integrating them. Now, with cloud computing and our ability to store a lot of information accessible via the internet, for example, we are able to take advantage of scale, and that's what cloud computing does for us. It allows us to access one piece of software centrally located in the cloud. It allows us to store our stuff in a manner that we don't have to worry where it is. All of these things drive us back towards a more centralized view. And companies like IBM and the big outsourcing companies, of course, love the cloud for that reason, because it brings back business to them, which they lost in the time that we distributed and decentralized our processing. Virtualization is a concept that enables cloud computing and integration. So the virtualization concept creates a lookalike platform on almost any piece of hardware or software. It emulates another environment. You'll read more about it in the course of this module. And good luck with that. This is quite interesting stuff we're getting into now, and understanding it certainly can help make you good management decisions, can assist you in making good management decisions. And the question you want to ask yourselves as managers of technology, if you're going to take advantage of outsourced cloud services, you're probably going to be paying a higher unit cost per unit of whatever it is that you use, MIPS or storage or whatever. But the point here is you'll only buy what you need. So you won't buy and pay for and have as redundant capacity all that surplus that you otherwise would need to do. So good luck and enjoy the topic. Bye-bye, everybody.